It's going to be pretty interesting now. I know I've said like a million players in Puerto Rico are on the up and coming, but this player is actually on the up and coming. Okay, so to explain myself, we had a tournament recently where the top players were not allowed to compete. Proto won that tournament. He has been increasingly getting better using Corrin specifically to actually take advantage of the fact that it's not really a well-known character on our island.
Now, there is one unfortunate fact for Proto. Lima's probably one of the people who has more experience in this matchup of late than many others because of Shattuck. So, so being in front of one of the few regions where there is a prominent Corrin in Texas with Shattuck has given Lima a lot of experience in this matchup. So Proto's going to have to be very careful. That being said, Corrin was always one of those characters that a lot of us looked at. It's like, this might be a good character. It's just completely not represented right now, but there's still a frame trap machine. That is such a good thing against a character like Bayo who's constantly jumping. So that's going to work pretty well for Proto, as it's actually kind of how this lead has been in his favor so far to start.
Yeah, 90% onto Lima this time. Just putting on the aggression. Like you mentioned, Ajax is going to be very important for the Corrin to continue to apply said damage. But now we're seeing Lima combos actually come out with a differential of only 4%. The range is going to be very important for them as well.
Yeah, Lima, like, I feel like Lima's going to adjust to it in time, but Proto's distance on how he behaves out of shield has actually been very good. It's actually impressing me with the way that he's behaving, because it's very easy to get panicky in front of a character like this, but he's utilizing the small options of Corrin to mix up the spacing just enough to not let Lima get a punish, and he ends up taking the first stock.
Yeah, 13% off of that straight hit by Corrin as well. 139%. Now, part of the reason why a lot of players actually decided to not use Corrin rather in Smash Ultimate is because most of the mobility that actually categorized them was actually a little bit lackluster, especially in a speedy game like this.
Also, I'll tell you why. They lost the instant win neutral button when they used to be able to instant pin on just unreactable frame punishes, and you just had to hold that. But this character still got a lot going for him. Obviously not the best, but it's definitely one of the more solid sorties in terms of constantly keeping you at disadvantage. Proto is sitting at 202. This is where the Bayo problems exist. When they have them above the 140 range and you're forced to back air or find a throw, but Proto's constantly got a hitbox out, so he can't find it. That forward air, even that is still not enough. Lima is struggling to close out this first stock.
Yeah, barely missing the sweet spot onto the angled forward smash as well. And 95% onto Bayo. Proto is putting on a little bit of a clinic on how you fight against Bayo.
Yeah, this is a show for sure. Finally gave up a whip using the neutral B and getting caught for it. But the back air is instantly there, and now Proto's up a whole stock.
I am impressed as hell right now,
I understand exactly why you said this kid is on the come up. Even if Lima adjusts and wins this set, which is a possibility, I am already very impressed with the way that he's playing, and it could be a possibility where we see a really big upset really early if he's able to continue the way that he's going right now, because he's not letting Lima get started on anything.
Here's the hope in Ajax, because I've had a couple of situations where I've been told I'm a little bit biased when it comes to commentary. Nevertheless, Lima does manage to even it out with 29% of extra credit, which is definitely a situation you want to be in, trying to close out those stocks as soon as possible. But if Proto gets this, I might see the Puerto Rican flag come out very, very soon.
Oh, I've already heard the crowd start to get animated. Like, they're realizing what's happening right now. Well, Lima is trying to walk Proto to ledge to find that witch twist early play. He's doing his best to walk him over, and now Proto, this is a moment that can happen. Lima has been here and won tournaments before, and Proto makes a mistake, costing him that first game with that falling up air. And although you held that L, the biggest thing is to rebound from that and not let it get to you. But Lima did exactly what was needed when you were getting kind of bodied for a bit there, behind the whole stock. He just stuck to his gameplay. He didn't let the fact that, oh, I've been caught a lot on trying to shield pressure you affect me. I'm just now going to switch my win condition to ledge trapping you. And Proto couldn't get away from that. So once Lima realized that, it's like, oh, cute. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and capitalize every time. and you're going to hold this L. And that's a short hop punish. You're going to be forced to get dragged all the way to the center of the stage, taking 80 for that one mistake.
Doing a little bit of a circle, actually going from the middle to the left side, then back to the middle again onto the right now with the edge guard situation. And now we're seeing the difficulty that Corrin might have when it comes to actually getting into any type of disadvantage state.
I also, I'm seeing Lima be more inclined to hold shield and chill. That was Proto pressing a lot of buttons. That's the only way I can put it. Lima saw fully through Proto trying to get something started, and that is a massive punish. Now, you're going to get dragged all the way off stage.
Oh my god.
My god, yeah, Lima is not letting you get that same situation started again.
Oh man, Proto needs to find something and find something quick. He's finding a little bit of difficulty when it comes to the defensive options. Again, the defense on Proto earlier on in the first game was actually really good because he just kept on getting punished, but only stocks. Now Lima needs to close it out as soon as possible.
This is where Bayo's strong. When Bayo has a lead and you're forced to have to go try and find openings, you're going to take wish twists, you're going to take ABKs, you're going to take a lot of straight hits you don't want, and Lima's now taking full advantage of that. That trade-off works for you every time. It didn't work out. Doesn't matter. You pre-bump for the jump, and Lima has now taken full control, saying, you will not be the one to upset me today.
Yeah, Lima definitely cracked knuckles and said, okay, I fight Shadik for this reason right here. Just sending him right from the outside onto the left. Proto, sorry, my buddy. You are in loser's bracket.
I at least approve the look on Proto's face at the end where he just kind of raised his eyebrows like, damn. like but early on, though, like, you could see the moments of brilliance from Proto. He was playing really solid. He had good spacing, and he wasn't behaving too recklessly on shield to force Lima to press buttons to then force where Corrin strong. Frame trapping, constantly getting one-hit aerial, boom, you're constantly stuck at disadvantage. And then after Lima got that one ledge trap going, where he evened the game back up after essentially being down a whole stock, that mistake, of course, on the SD was one thing, but I think Lima was still closing out game one the way that he was playing. Game two, obviously, Lima